Hi everyone, how are we doing today? It's Hillary, the marketing mom. Glad you're able to join me. Let me know if you're hearing and seeing me very well. For those of you who are joining me on mobile, you can always like and follow. If you hit the three little ellipses, I believe it's like gonna be up here. All you gotta do is share do the oh gosh, add notifications, so turn on notifications. That's what it is. Okay, so you see I'm in a little different position. I'm actually from my desktop, which is a little different. For the entire year I've been doing my lives from my phone and standing, but today I can't stand. So I am here today, and what I want to share with you is what are your 6 most important things to do list. And it's a to-do list that you're going to be creating every night. Okay, I've talked about this in terms of not just how you quote unquote managing time, but working through your work day. Okay, however long that may be. If your work day is 2 hours, if your work day is 8 hours, if your work day is 4 hours, all right, you've got to always have this thing. And why do we call it the $35,000 worth list? And before I go any further, I'm gonna lock the door so the kids don't run in. All right, so for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Hillary, the marketing mom. I'm a social media manager, digital marketing strategist, business coach, and trainer, and I teach moms in particular, those in the network marketing space, exactly how to build their business using online marketing skills, because it's really difficult to have to leave those little ones sometimes to go and do, you know, home meetings and home parties and all that stuff. But then you also have to be able to balance your work and play, and you still have to earn your income. So if you are building what we call time-rich models in terms of building a online strategy, right? Time-rich models really come from utilizing a lot of the online marketing skills, and not only marketing, but online strategies, in particular online delivery, etc. So that's what I train and teach a lot of my moms in how to develop that in their world so that they're there for their children. Okay, so why do I call this the $35,000 list? Many of you may or may not have heard this story. It's a story, and actually, oh boy, I don't even have the book with me, but it's a story of a young lady, believe she was like, you know, a productivity specialist or whatever the case may be, went to Henry Ford, back in the days. Ivy Lee, I believe was her name, right? Story. Ivy Lee went to Henry Ford and told him basically, give me 15 minutes with each of your executives, and whatever that change is worth to you, you send me a check for it in 3 months, 6 months, whatever the time period was. I can't remember. It's the story that how I received it was retold to me. Okay, so at the end of her period, now I think it was maybe 6 executives, she sat down with them for 15 minutes each, and basically this is what she told them. She told them, every night before you leave the office, write down the 6 most important things that you have to get done. The 6 most important things that you have to get done the next day. You don't do anything other than those 6 things, and you work through them. Okay, and after 6 months, Henry Ford sent her a check for $35,000. Now you can imagine back in those days, that was like a whacking set of money. Okay, so the reality is that's how it came about. The 6 most important things to do list came about to be the $35,000 list. All right, now this is a story that has been probably retold in nearly every business mindset book, whatever the case may be, productivity book. But the reality is, her philosophy was, if you only focus on the 6 most important things in whatever area you're in, right? And now the reality is, what I like to think about, because I would have shared with you all Elite Marketing Pro's Daily Dose of Awesome on New Year's. And if you remember what Katrina was talking about, she was saying focus on 3 things. Now, why she would say that compared to what Ivy Lee spoke about with the 6 most important things. Now, as a mom, I would say, yeah, 6 most important things, because what I have realized in all of my list making throughout my entire business life thus far is that I always forget the personal things that, one, take time, and 2, still have to get done. Now, these are things that have to be done every day. So if they have to be done every day, then they are important, and that they should be on that list, okay? So when you really think about it, if you're working from home, you're a work from home mom, you're building your business online, you've got to really sit down and evaluate which 6 things are most important in your life, not only in your business. So in your business, you may have 3 or 4 things, but there may be 2 things that are really important that have to get done in your personal life, and you must put it on. Now, we're not talking about things like making breakfast for the kids, feeding the kids, those type of things, but maybe one of the items is like you do your baby shopping, like baby shopping items. So there's a specific day actually that we shop for Pampers, we shop for all of these things, and we buy in bulk so that we don't have to go every week, okay? That is going to be something that you know is going to take up a chunk of time out of that next day. So you want to put that on the list, okay? So as a mom, right, you always got to be thinking outside of business, because there are many things in your personal life that are going to eat into time. All right. Now, you could either do this one of 2 ways. You could say, for my 4 hours that I'm working at home, all right, if you've got a 4-hour chunk, or whether you're working like 1 hour, 2 hours in the morning, and then another 2 hours in the afternoon, what you want to keep in mind is for those 4 hours. And then you have a 6 most important things list for your personal life, for your family life, all right? Sometimes one of the things that you want to put on that list is to go and do a facial, to go and get your eyebrows done, to go and get a manicure, because you know what? We as women forget to do these things sometimes that are very important to our frame of mind. Trust me. If you look good, you feel good, all right? And then you're able to work good and execute good. Trust me. I'm going to be talking about that on Monday, actually. Okay, so stay tuned for that, especially my moms, because what tends to happen when we're working from home is that, you know what, oh, we're working from home, we don't have to dress up, we don't have to put on, you know, makeup, we don't even have to bathe. Sometimes there's some moms that I've heard that. I actually saw a good friend of mine post that recently. You know, she works from home as well, and at 5 p.m. in the evening she realized she was still in her pajamas. Now, she hadn't left the house, but the reality is, how productive are you? Okay, so I'm going to be talking about that on Monday, so stay tuned for that, 12:30 Trinidad time, all right, for my moms who are working from home. But back to our 6 most important things. As a mom, I want to tell you that if you're going to be creating lists, and it doesn't make sense creating a personal list and creating a business list, I like to keep everything in one, okay, unless I am definitely zoning in on the time that I'm going to be working. This is what I'm working on, and then I just have my family list, okay? And some families, you've got like a big whiteboard that's maybe in the kitchen or something, of things that have to get done for the family, and that's a really great idea. It doesn't work for every family, I'll tell you that up front. It works for my family growing up, okay, but I haven't seen it actually work for this one that I'm in right now, that I'm raising. Okay, so but every family is going to be different, so you've got to figure it out. Sometimes lists work for you, they don't work for your spouse. Sometimes they don't work for your kids, okay? So you've got to keep that in mind in terms of your family, in terms of how you really focusing on what are the most important things for your family to do, but never forget it, okay? And that's one of the things that I want to focus on. I don't want you to forget your family and your personal life inside of that list. So it's either you include it in your 6, in which case your business is going to be 3 most important things, and then you have 3 most important things for your family, or you do 6 most important things for your business, making sure that that's completed within your work hours, all right? and then you have a 6 most important things list for your family. And I mean, back to the story, it's amazing how she just spent 15 minutes, and here I am, not even spending 10 minutes talking to you about this. And we're not talking about, you know, the 6 most important things, having a meeting with this one, having a phone call with that one. You may probably be asking, so how do I stick to it? All right, because a lot of times, sometimes what will happen, and this happened to me last year especially, I would write down something on my list, and then I realized that I had a lot of research to do to even start the list. Well, with the 6 most important things list, and then what happens is you're tempted to go to the next item, okay, because the next item is probably, okay, easier to finish. When you're doing the 6 most important things is you start at the top. So if it means that you have to sit down and do research, you do it right there and then, and you get it done. And you get it done so that you could cross it out. Okay, whatever it takes to get that item done then is what you're going to do. So whether you need to get the research, whether you need to go and call somebody to find out some information, all of those things, it is inside of that one item, and you do it then. You don't say, okay, I'll come back to it, and you go to something else. No. Once you finish number 1, then and only then do you move to number 2. Now, if you've got things that are time stamped, like, you know, every day I do my live at 12:30, so that is time stamped. That is something that I wouldn't necessarily put on my list, because that is something that is just there every day, and it's time-based. It must be done at this time, okay? Now, granted, I don't always come on, and I'll acknowledge that. I'm acknowledging it to my viewers right here, that I don't always come on at 12:30, but it is something that you work towards, okay? So when you're working out your 6 most important things to do list, don't even worry about what has to get done prior to, because you are saying this is important, and everything that goes into getting that done is going to be done right now. Now, that takes a lot of grit. It takes a lot of grit to do that, because we are always tempted to move to the easier task. Okay, there must be an easy task on your list, and you're going to search for it, and you're going to look for it, and you'll get it out. No, if you do the hard stuff first, get it out of the way, as I shared last year, late last year, do the hard stuff first, get it out of the way, so that you're able to move forward and move on to those more important things. All right, so I hope you've gotten great value from this. Again, for those of you who are joining me for the first time, we can always sit and have a chat. Let me know what you're doing in your business, what you need assistance with, any help. And if you are not on my list, you can also go to hilarydefreitas.com/strategy. And once you sign up for that free session, it's a free 30-minute session, you're automatically added to my list, so that you can always get all the new information, all the new training, and also all our new offers in terms of how we can help you in your business. Okay, have a great day, and I will see you Monday. All right, talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.